I'm Frank.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're the Nerdy Weds.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to our channel if you're new here. We are going to be reacting to the first episode of the first season of House of the Dragons.
Very much can't wait.
Very, very excited about this. If you haven't watched any of our other videos yet, we have Breaking Bad videos up on YouTube and Patreon. Full disclosure, our first season of Breaking Bad, we recorded in August of 2020.
Yeah.
Things happened since then. You know, the whole pandemic was going on at the time. Things were just crazy. We also went and had gastric sleeve surgery, so we look a lot different. Than we do in those videos, because
like 200 pounds difference between the two of us.
We've lost about 100 pounds each, which I'm really proud of us for. Yes. It's still a lot more to lose, at least for me. I know you got some more, but
a little bit, yeah.
I still got like another 100 to reach my goal weight.
Yeah. So that's Fat Frank and Nicole in that season, and now you get Skinny Frank and Nicole.
Anyway, so that's going to be a noticeable difference between the first season of Breaking Bad and future videos from here on out. So, like we said, this is House of the Dragons, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
He's probably a little more excited because he's read the book.
Yep, there's a book.
I have not.
It's called Fire and Blood. Mm-hmm. It is a history of Westeros from Aegon the Conqueror all the way through the end of the Dance of the Dragons, which we are about to watch. So, I kind of know what's going to happen, assuming they stay true to the books. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones didn't really stay true to the books.
They kind of did in the early on, and then they kind of went off in their own thing, and there's so many differences.
Yeah, but you know what? It was still good for what it was.
Yeah, it was still good for what it was.
Though many would, argue with you that the last season of Game of Thrones was terrible. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yes.
But I can see where people were a little disappointed with it being rushed and everything, only being like 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah.
I think if they did their full 10 episodes, it would have been better.
I think more people were mad that Daenerys turned out to be crazy.
Which I don't understand why people wouldn't expect that. I mean, it was the whole thing with the Targaryens.
Yeah.
And she kind of showed.
Yeah, there were definitely
hints throughout the seasons, but
like, what was it, season 2 or season 3 when she pretended to trade the dragon for the
that was season 3. Yeah,
and then she burned the guy's face off.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely in her character, and there were subtle hints. I think how drastic she went from one episode to the next, being like subtly crazy to full on burning the whole city, is what people are a little like upset about. And I get that, but
then again, some people have good days and bad days.
Yeah, but it is what it is, and it's over. There's nothing we can do to change it. So just gotta deal with it, like it or not. It's there. So, but for this series, I don't know anything about it. I know 2 actors because we looked at the cast to see who there was, because I knew Matt Smith from Doctor Who, and then I didn't think that I knew anyone else, but then I found out that there is another actor that I knew. I know his first name is Reese, which I recently learned how to pronounce correctly because it's Rhys, and I never knew how to say it. But I know him from Little Nicky, as Little Nicky's older brother Adrian, who tries to take over Hell. And I also know him from Harry Potter because he played Xenophilius Lovegood, Luna's father. But other than that, I don't know anyone else in there. I think those might be the only 2 that you know as well.
I mean, I really don't know them.
I mean, you've seen them in things.
I've seen them in a thing.
Because you never really watched Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You've seen some episodes with me, and for the type of show that Doctor Who is, I thought he would have been totally into it, and he just isn't. It's weird. Because I'm not usually into, like, sci-fi shows.
Yeah, I'm not as crazy into sci-fi as I used to be.
But I love Doctor Who. I haven't watched it since Matt Smith was the Doctor, so I do have more catching up to do on it. But as for like other types of sci-fi shows, I don't really care for them, but I'll watch them. Like, he really wants me to watch Star Trek.
She's never watched Star Trek.
I've seen some episodes, but we will be doing that on this channel. So if you're
not a proper nerd if you never watched it. Even if you don't like Star Trek, you still have to at least, given it a try.
I've seen some episodes.
Okay.
Because of my parents. But, so if you're a Star Trek fan, we will be doing reactions to Star Trek, starting with the William Shatner.
Yeah, the original series from the 60s.
And then just going forward.
You get to see how horribly some of it is aged and how some of it is still kind of relevant.
I know Nichelle Nichols just passed.
Yeah.
So there's not many of them left from the original series that are still alive.
And the ones who are in their 90s.
Yeah. I mean, one just went up to space for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he came back down, but he did it.
Yeah.
So it's more than I've ever done.
So that's something we'll be doing.
We'll be doing. As for the show, like I said, I don't know much. I don't do trailers. I feel that trailers give away too much information. You're anticipating certain scenes. So it's like, if a character's like on the brink of death and then it cuts off, leaves you till the next episode. It's like, but I saw him in the trailer doing something else and I haven't seen that in the show yet. Kind of takes away from, oh my God, did he just die? So I don't really do trailers.
Yeah, especially when you're watching a George R.R. Martin show.
Oh yeah,
and you know that this character could very well be dead.
Yeah. So I don't know much.
Yeah.
Which makes me excited because I'm not anticipating a lot.
I'm anticipating it to be awesome. So
I mean, yeah, but I'm not like
ready to go.
Yeah. Quickly before we move on to the reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that when we have new videos out, you will get notified and you'll be able to watch them. And comment. Leave comments. I like to, communicate with people down in the comments. So leave us comments. And let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Okay, quickly before we get into the reaction, we actually filmed our intro Sunday afternoon because we're a bunch of herpaderps and thought that it dropped on HBO Max at like 3 a.m. when a lot of other new releases on streaming services drop. I completely forgot that HBO was still an actual channel since we got rid of cable, so I don't really remember what are actual channels. So that's why it dropped at 9 so that people that don't have HBO Max but have HBO could watch it when everyone else does. And we just weren't thinking that. So it's now nighttime on Monday because we had to wait till he got done work.
Yeah, so there's going to be like...
So the lighting's going to be a tad different.
The inconsistency of what it looks like versus what it did for you like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, and I decided to ditch my glasses and put in my contacts because I was tired of the glare on my glasses wherever I sat. So, without further ado, let's get into this video.
But tragedy had claimed both his sons, leaving his succession in doubt.
It's very Lord of the Ringish to me.
The old king called it, for he knew the cold truth.
They said this was Harrenhal?
Yeah.
could tear down.
Because that was the
house of
only
dragon.
castle big enough to accommodate all the lords of the realms and their retinues.
I mean, I remember Harrenhal from Game of Thrones. That was the
Yeah.
one that was like all melted because of dragon fire.
Yeah, because it was destroyed in the conquest.
That's where Arya was like
Yeah.
the cupbearer for Tywin.
Tywin Lannister, yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Daenerys, I got her on my shirt today.
I got something entirely different.
Yeah. She's riding toothless. Different music than Game of Thrones, but it sounds.
That is the Dragon Pit.
Well, yeah, the Dragon Pit was in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones in the last season.
But this is like right after it was finished. Or maybe it's still being finished.
I am relieved. Every time that golden beast brings you back unspoiled, saves my head from a spike.
Syrax is growing quickly. She'll soon be as large as Caraxes.
That's almost large enough to settle too.
I believe I'm quite content as a spectator. Thank you.
I think that's the girl that's from Ready Player One, who is another person that I forgot that I know. This is King's Landing, right? Last time we saw Targaryen in King's Landing, it did not go well for for King's Landing.
Yeah. That's the Red Keep.
What I was saying about the music is you can still hear some of the music from the first
Yeah,
series,
that's-
but it's a little different.
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Like, all I heard was Wiener, Wiener, Wiener.
You will lie in this bed soon enough, Rhaenyra. This discomfort is how we serve the realm.
I'd rather serve as a knight and ride to battle in glory.
Sounds like Arya.
We have
Yeah, I was just
royal
gonna say
wounds, you
that.
and I. Now take a bath. You stink of dragon.
So I said to him, well, I believe you
What do
might be
dragons
looking
smell
up the
like?
wrong end.
Burnt lizard?
Sulfur.
My lords.
Probably. Oh, see, at least they gave the Valerians the hair.
Yeah, like, no, not Daenerys, she's a Targaryen, but Daenerys was supposed to have, like, almost white hair.
Yeah, well, they're all Valerians.
Right.
They're all,
From
Yeah.
Volantis. No. Valeria.
from Valeria.
Volantis is a different place.
Yeah. When I saw his picture, I was like, if they don't give him the hair, that's going to be totally wrong. They should probably giving him the purple eyes too, I think. But I really can't see to tell.
He definitely just sniffed her and said a dragon.
My son will be born, and the whole realm will celebrate.
We have no way of predicting the sex of the child.
Of course.
I was just gonna say, how are you so sure it's a boy?
Free of conditions, are they now?
It's not like now
a
where you
boy in the
can
Queen's
wait
bed.
a few weeks and then know.
I know it.
Because he's a king, and kings are
My heir will soon put all of this damnable hand-wringing to rest himself.
way too cocksure for themselves.
Is that a lot more swords than... Oh yeah, it definitely is.
I think this is Damon.
It's the 11th Doctor. Yeah, there was a lot more Valyrian steel at this point, right? Because I know, like...
No, it's all the same. It's just the Targaryens have two swords, Dark Sister and
I don't mean
forget.
the sword. She's saying how the necklace is. It's just
one that happens to be made of it, I guess.
I just know that in Game of Thrones they said that no one knew how to
No one knows how to make it.
So I thought maybe they did at this point because it was only like 200 years before.
No.
So it was like lost knowledge from way before.
You want him to have a son?
I want to fly with you on Dragonback.
That's what
See the
all
great wonders
kings
across the
want,
narrow
is
sea
a
and
son.
eat on cake.
I'm being.
Can you say yet what it is?
We sent inquiries to the...
I thought it was dragon scale at first.
You mean grayscale?
Yeah, that's what I meant, grayscale.
Might I suggest cauterization?
Cauterization would be a wise course of treatment, Your Grace. It will be painful.
Fine. Fine.
Not for the blood of the dragon, though.
What, pain?
No, fire.
I thought that was like... Well, I know in the books it was just like
This is the only place
a one-time thing because of the whole spell that the witch was had done.
I don't know.
They kind of just carried it on with Daenerys in the show. I mean, they might still do it in this show.
I wouldn't be surprised if I hatched an actual dragon.
And he will be loved and cherished.
The tyranny. To celebrate the firstborn son that we presently do not have. You do understand.
I also don't know if it's a
Nothing
son.
causes a babe to grow a cock if it does not already possess one.
This child is a boy.
He went and put Daemon in charge of the City Watch.
Why exactly?
When I took command of the watch, you were stray mongrels.
Was it as like as a punishment or something, or just?
And undisciplined.
I don't remember.
No.
But he's the reason why they all have gold cloaks, and that's why they're called the gold cloaks.
Okay.
Sated.
Thing is, too, is he's really good at this job, and actually does. I think he does manage to clean up King's Landing. You know,
God.
Roughly.
Yeah. Like any particular reason these particular people are gonna beat, or just as an example of
I
what?
have no idea. Some of them are probably known criminals, and then everybody else who happens to be standing there at this
Guilty by association,
or just by kind of just being in that area.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I mean, I guess because he said that he was a raper, so yeah, you lose your dick.
I think that was more of the bag.
If only the prince would show the same devotion to his lady wife as he does his work, Your Grace. You've not been seen in the Vale or at Runestone. Lady Rhea is your wife, a good and honourable lady of the Vale.
In the Vale, men are said to fuck sheep instead of women. I can tell you, the sheep are prettier.
Dear me. You made a vow before the season to honour your wife in...
Don't worry, it happens to all men.
She's not a sheep, that's what it is.
I could bring in another. Perhaps a maiden.
Ew.
Several.
Well, maiden doesn't necessarily mean young, just a virgin.
Mm.
But in this profession, it's probably young. If they're still a maiden.
In this context, yeah, she's probably like 12.
Ugh.
Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, I would humbly ask for the favor of the queen who never was.
Good fortune to you, cousin.
I would gladly take it if I thought I needed it.
I don't like him.
Tongues will not change the success.
Did he say Baratheon?
Yeah, he's a Baratheon.
Ah.
The Targaryens and the Baratheons were super tight.
Lord Stokeworth's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lord Massey's son.
It's a little surprising, but
Well, that's only because you know what.
I know because of what Robert felt.
Yeah.
Could have done with a little more good fortune. I like his helmet.
Yeah, it's really cute. Not practical for actual combat, though.
Absolutely not.
that's how you get your head dragged around with somebody grabbing it.
Yeah. I like that other helmet. It looks like the castle in chess. The rook.
Ooh, that's dirty.
That is very dirty.
Yeah, that was considered a no-no in jousting.
Does she have the baby?
I think so. Or is going to.
Complications, maybe?
What's happening?
The infant is in breach, Your Grace. All attempts to turn the babe have failed.
Do something for her!
We've given her as much milk of the poppy as we can without risking the child. Your
I was
queen is
breech.
a strong woman. She's fighting with... You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
I don't know if this is going to be the end of the queen and the baby, or just the queen.
I know.
I know you know, which is why I'm not getting your opinion. That's not allowed either, is it?
I think it is.
Oh, well, I don't understand jousting.
17 or 16 make.
Ew! That was gross.
Yeah, right?
During a difficult birth, it sometimes becomes necessary for the father to make an impossible choice.
Well, speak it.
To sacrifice
One or the other?
one, or to lose them both.
It better be a boy.
You can save the child.
We're going to bring the babe out now. I love you.
Of course he does. That's his sister.
No, it's all right.
Is it really?
Yes.
Gross. I forgot. They're Targaryens.
Sorry, they're going to bring the babe out.
In the first incision. Please hold it still.
Don't be scared.
Oh, God. No kids for us.
Oh. Did a sweet rail slide there.
Yeah, right. Oh no. Oh God.
You have a son.
Bale.
Oh. I know the name Balon.
Yeah, Greyjoy. That was from...
What am I thinking of?
I don't know. Baelor?
I'm thinking of Baelor.
Yeah.
The baby died too?
Yeah, I think so. That's what it looks like.
Oh my God.
Dracarys.
First episode, I'm already teary-eyed. The fuck?
That of your succession. The succession be firmly in place for the stability of the realm.
The succession is already
This has to
set
happen right now.
by precedent and by law.
My wife and son are dead! I will not sit here and suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses!
That's what I'm saying. Why do it right then?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like him.
The king?
No. The Hand of the King.
Otto Hightower.
Yeah.
Send a raven to Old Town. Straight away.
And I feel like I know him from something the more I look at him.
I thought you might go to him. Offer him comfort.
Mm-hmm.
The king?
In his chambers.
You might wear one of your mother's dresses.
I see what you're doing, sir.
You mean pimping out his daughter?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, there just happens to be a vacancy.
Just saying. Is he just hanging out in the middle of an orgy?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Just chilling. Doing his taxes or whatever. It's like, damn, I wish this orgy would quiet down a little bit.
And the blood of the dragon runs thick.
Then why do you cut me so deep?
I've only ever spoken the truth. I see Otto Hightower for what he is.
An unwavering and loyal hand.
A cunt. A second son he doesn't protect you. I would.
From what?
Yourself.
And bad accounting.
You're weak. Viserys.
No, it is cutting him.
Yeah.
So they are just rolling with it in this.
Mm.
But it wasn't every Targaryen.
Yeah.
Because
Valerian
the other
was the last living
Viserys.
creature
Yeah.
of Valyria before the Targaryen must understand this to be king. Or queen. I'm sorry, Rhaenyra. I
She
have
doesn't
wasted
want
years
it.
since you were born. Wanting
And his named heir, the Princess Rhaenyra. I pledge fealty to them, and shall defend them against all enemies, in good faith, without deceit.
Now I know why I recognize her name.
I swear this, by the old gods.
Because Princess Shireen
This is no
was talking
tribute
about
to
her in the book, The Dance
Dragon's saddle is one
of Dragons.
But the Iron... And just as Daenerys foresaw the end of Valyria, Aegon foresaw the end of the world of men. Just to begin with a terrible winter, gusting out of the distant north.
I like the little tie-ins to Game of Thrones, because obviously we know what he was talking about and who the Targaryen he was talking about.
Targaryen. First, Rhaenyra Targaryen, Princess of Dragonstone, and heir to the Iron Throne.
I still don't trust the Hand of the King. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that was the first episode.
It's a good first episode.
It was a good first episode.
Good start.
Yeah. I mean, like, the beginning was a little slow, but that's to be expected with...
They gotta establish the story, because there's so much that you need to know that you don't know yet.
Right.
So
yeah,
they
it's
they had to do a lot of that.
A lot of introductions.
They're probably going to do
everything.
a lot more of that in the next episode too.
Yeah, I feel like it'll probably pick up even more, probably like around third or fourth episode.
Probably.
I mean, it did pick up in this episode. A lot happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. I didn't expect to get teary-eyed on the first episode, but the whole...
I expected you to, because you always do.
I know.
So...
I'm going to have to start keeping a box of tissues in here. Yeah, the whole birthing scene was just...
Too much?
Yeah, a little. I don't care for the Hand of the King right now.
Mm.
I feel like he definitely has another agenda, like to get his daughter, you know, to become the queen and then produce a male heir.
There's always more time, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's young, so it's
a thing.
Yeah, a thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And we don't really know the Hightowers. The Hightowers didn't feature as much in the Game of Thrones
series. Was their house still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Valerians, I don't think, are around anymore.
Okay.
And Lord Strong was on the castle, and he was on the council, and I think he's Lord of Harrenhal.
We know what happens.
So you know what happens with Harrenhal. Harrenhal is never a good thing.
No.
So you don't want to be on Team Strong. Fun fact: I think the Tullys, who I don't think are going to feature very much in the series. I think the Lord, his name is Grover. Yeah. And his son is Elmo. I'm not even making that up. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Wait.
Is there a daughter named Big Bird?
I think there's another. I want to say it's either Elmo's son or brother.
Snuffleupagus.
Kermit. Not even making this up.
I don't even know what that noise was that came out.
Go ahead and Google it. Anybody who's watching this, the 7 people who are going to see this video, go ahead and Google it. It's like a real thing. Yeah.
That they're just named after Muppets,
they're
or
just, George R. R. Martin was just like, I can't think of any names. So let's just
turned on the TV and PBS happened to be on.
Yeah. He was like watching like a niece or a nephew or something or whatever, and Sesame Street was on. It's like, okay, there we go, Grover and Elmo and Kermit. There we go. Hold on.
That's funny.
That's a good way to beat writer's block. Oh, and also...
Well, he needs to beat the writer's block that he has right now that he's had for 13 freaking years.
There's no writer's block. There's all this. There's all this. There's no writer's block. It's procrastination, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had at one point said writer's block. Do we believe that is writer's block? No. But...
No.
That's what he had said.
Predictions for the end of the story. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't think that...
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. The new series. Got to get used to names, especially Game of Thrones names.
Yeah.
I don't think she's actually going to wind up sitting on the throne because, as we know from Game of Thrones, I don't think there's ever been a female on the throne.
Yeah, that's why I said that you can, if you think about it, you can guess the ending.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the story of what happened here. Like we said, you've read the book, I haven't, but even from things that were said in Game of Thrones, like I had said, I know the name Rhaenyra because Shireen had mentioned it, but I don't remember what she had said about her. So, do I go back and rewatch that particular episode of Game of Thrones, or do I just say screw it and wait and see what happens?
You can wait.
And I'm leaning more towards saying let's see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
So I like the character of Daemon, and I think a lot of it has to do with the actor.
Yeah.
Because I loved him in Doctor Who. He wasn't my number one favorite Doctor. He was my second. I mean, David Tennant was my favorite Doctor, but Matt Smith was very close. So, had anyone else been in that role, I probably wouldn't like him right now.
Yeah.
Might grow on me. I don't know, but...
Yeah, well, another fun fact about backstory and stuff, the Targaryens have a very bad history with people named Daemon. Because I'm pretty sure Daemon Blackfyre was the instigator of the Blackfyre Rebellion, which comes later when the dying king legitimizes all of his bastards, which puts a bastard in line to take the crown, and some say yes and some say no, and then there's a whole thing with that. And whereas it's he reverses the colors of the family crest. One is red on black, and then he does black on red instead. I think, yeah. The Blackfire banner is a black dragon on a red field, and the Targaryen banner is the opposite. On the black. So it became a thing where, are you a red or are you a black? Okay. And that's what they mean. And if they stick to the story, there's going to be something with this too. It's something with the blacks and the greens. And,
oh God, there's more colors.
Yeah, it's the blacks and the greens, and it has something to do with who wore what color dress on a certain event thing that happened. I forget.
Okay, but that's how they become. Which ones are the Bloods and the Crips? That's what I want to know. I just want to know what side Jimmy and Timmy are on.
Too many South Park references. That's a South Park reference.
Yeah.
Half the stuff we're going to say is going to be a South Park
That's
reference.
just a thing in this house.
We're just terrible like that.
My mother actually tries to get us to put coins in a jar whenever we do a South Park reference.
Like a South Park swear jar.
Yeah, like a swear jar. We don't ever put money into it because we would be broke.
Yeah. Be broke.
Because we reference South Park a lot.
Too much. Entirely too much.
Just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what's going to happen. We didn't watch previews because
no previews. No spoilers.
No spoilers, yeah. The same reason why I don't like watching trailers is I feel like it gives way too much away. Mm-hmm. And I like not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah. Especially with this, because you know some of them's going to die.
Well, yeah. I just didn't expect the queen to die in the first episode. And I really did forget that they're Targaryen, so of course it was his sister.
Yeah, of course it was his sister.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because it was like a whole big, like, scandalous thing in Game of Thrones that Jaime and Cersei were together, but the Targaryens have been interbreeding for years. And wasn't Tywin married to his cousin?
I think so.
Yeah, I think his wife was his cousin, so the whole, like, you know, your kids are screwing each other is, like, not that far-fetched from what he was doing with his cousin.
But that is a cousin. I guess a cousin is different than, like, a brother and a sister.
It's still gross.
Yeah, it's still... It's not even that it's that. It's that the genetic thing that happens is all the genetic flaws. Like, if you have a recessive gene for some horrible debilitating illness and your brother carries it too, then your children are probably going to have that debilitating illness.
Yeah. But, I mean, even cousins aren't that far off because you still share the same bloodline. Which, fun fact...
I was just going to mention this fun fact.
Here in New Jersey, where we live, when we got married, we went to... the municipal building.
Yeah, the municipal building to get the paperwork and stuff
started. Yeah, to get the paperwork. The lady asked us, "Are you first cousins?" And we're like, "No." And she's like, "It would be okay if we were."
It's totally cool. We just got to know for the paperwork.
Yeah, so here in New Jersey, if you're first cousins, you can legally get married.
Yeah.
And that is gross.
Weird.
I want to know how many people here in New Jersey are actually first cousins.
Probably
Actually, I don't want to know that.
Probably a lot.
That would explain a lot of people in New Jersey, honestly.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait to get out of here. That's for a long way coming. Like, at least 13 years. If we don't have kids.
Yeah.
Do I want to leave New Jersey or do I want children? I don't know. But, yeah, so that is your fun fact of the day.
I don't know how fun that is. I mean, it depends on your perspective.
It's a fact. And for some people...
It is a fact.
For some people, especially in New Jersey, it is fun. Gross. that's going to be it for this video. There's not really too much to say about
there's
this
not a lot
episode.
to unpack yet.
Yeah, like I said, give it another 2 or 3 episodes, and then we'll probably have a longer discussion afterwards.
Yep.
So until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Ring the notification bell so
all that good stuff. Yes.
that when
Comments,
new videos come out,
especially on what you think is going to happen at the end, get it in here before the end of the series, and we can, see if we're right or you're right or whatever.
Yeah. Also, check out our Patreon because we'll have full-length reactions.
The whole thing, yeah. Instead of just the little snippets that YouTube allows you before they demonetize you. Or
which with YouTube
kick you down.
They're like 10 minutes, but you kind of cheated if you don't show the screen and lower it. So in our Breaking Bad videos that I'm currently editing right now, I do that quite a bit in at least the first episode for Breaking Bad for YouTube, because I'm still learning to figure out exactly what I should keep in and what I shouldn't keep in. So it's trial and error. If it's too much, I'll have to, really decide what to keep, which is really hard for me because I'm very indecisive.
Or just become a patron and go just watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So Breaking Bad will have early full reactions for the tier that will have early reactions. Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon will just be full reactions. Can't really do
as full as it gets.
Yeah. Can't really do early reactions for it because it comes out on a Sunday and we want to get it out as soon as possible. Whereas Breaking Bad's already done.
Yeah.
So we can binge watch a couple episodes.
10 years ago done.
Yeah. So, and then further down the line when we do more series for reactions, they'll be able to go on to the early reactions, the early full-length reactions for Patreon. But when Ring of Power comes out, that's going to be just a full-length and not an early reaction because we want to get it onto YouTube as quickly as possible, which I am super excited for that show too. Haven't really seen many trailers, obviously not. Seen a couple of commercials, couldn't think of the word, and I am so excited for that show. I am such a Lord of the Rings fan that I'm just
can't wait.
All right. So until next time, bye guys.
Bye.